You have studied commerce from a very prestigious college, SRCC. So, who was Mr. Sri Ram, after which the institution is named?
How many listed scheduled tribes are there in Madhya Pradesh?
What do you understand by social security?
So, if you look at primary health center, what are the facilities available? How many beds are there? How many health workers are there? And what population it tries to cater?
May I come in, sir?
Come in.
Good morning,
Have
sir.
your seat.
Good morning, ma'am.
Pawan.
Good morning.
Your preferred medium is English or Hindi?
Sir, English.
English. Introduce yourself.
My name is Pawan Guraiya. I belong to the district Gwalior. I did my schooling from Gwalior Glory High School, and thereafter I pursued BCom Honors from Shri Ram College of Commerce, Delhi University. And so since then I've been preparing for civil services.
When did you complete your graduation?
2018.
18. And for last 6 years you are trying.
Sir, after that I had some serious health issues and I started my preparation in 2020.
You had serious health issues.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In our health infrastructure, at district level, what kind of institutions are there in place?
Sir, at the grassroots level, there are primary health centers and sub-centers. At the district level, there are district hospitals, which are specialized in various departments. There are all the infrastructure available, and all the cases which are of tertiary importance are referred from the rural areas to the district hospital.
So, if you look at primary health center, what are the facilities available? How many beds are there? How many health workers are there? And what population it tries to cater?
It was, I think, recommended by Bore committee, the population to the doctor ratio. So it is headed by one doctor and some paramedical staff is there. I think 4 is there.
That's true. Yeah. And for how many beds? How many beds are there in
I'm
primary
not
health
sure
center?
of the beds, sir.
And it is meant to cater to what population? What is the size of population it is meant for?
I cannot recall the exact number.
And generally, for how many sub-centers? There is one PHC. There is an institutional hierarchy. There at the bottom is sub-centers. Then there is primary health center. There is community health center, and ultimately district. So, is there some institutional ratio?
Yes, sir, there's some fixed ratio, but I cannot recall the
You
exact
cannot
number.
recall that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have studied commerce from a very prestigious college, SRCC. So, who was Mr. Sri Ram, after which the institution is named?
He was an industrialist as well as a philanthropist.
So, which industry he led or owned?
Right now, there is a group called DCM Shriram, which is headed by Ajay Shriram.
And DCM stands for? Full form of DCM?
Sir, I cannot recall.
Okay. There is yet another college which is called Lady Sri Ram College. Why it is called Lady Sri Ram College?
It was named after the wife of Sir Lala Shriram, who was the founder, which was later on changed to Lady Shriram.
Okay. So, what's the proper name of the lady, that is wife of Sri Ram?
Sir, I've read this, but I cannot recall at the moment, which was later changed.
Okay. You looked for the name and you couldn't find it.
No, I had read this, sir.
You have read it, but at the moment you forgot.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
As a student of commerce, how do you look at the world of commerce? Is this world growing with the human face, or it is growing without having any empathy or sympathy for human population?
So the world of commerce is growing very rapidly if you look at the global context. But again, there are businesses which are also having this social responsibility thing, like sir, corporate social responsibility, and as well that is a legal limitation. But after all of this, businesses are also catering to the needs of human population. They are also embarking onto sectors like health, education, infrastructure, providing basic facilities. So they are also embarking on that path. Apart from the
As you
corporate
mentioned
social
that Sri Ram was an industrialist as well as a philanthropist. But in the modern context, when we look at modern industrialists and business person, we find them as entirely focused on business and very little engagement in philanthropy. And so perhaps the parliament was forced to enact Company Act 2013 with a compulsory CSR clause. So that suggests that voluntary urge to help the society has been diminishing.
So, but all the major groups, if you look at, like the Piramal Foundation is there, they are having this voluntary initiatives that they are taking in the field of education. specifically Piramal Foundation. So like
So can you name some leading industrialists from Madhya Pradesh
so regarding
or leading businessmen? Just 3-4 leading industrialists from Madhya Pradesh who have emerged from the soil of Madhya Pradesh.
sir, if you look at the Hukumchand mills that are established, he was also an industrialist who established.
So which
here.
organization he established?
Hukumchand mills that are very famous in Indore.
That is one.
Yes, sir.
Any other name?
So recently,
Okay, never mind. Thank you, Pawan. Ma'am.
Pawan ji,
ji ma'am.
can you tell me the definition of startup?
Ma'am, it's a voluntary initiative by an individual who wants to dive into a certain sector with the objective of earning profit.
Are there any famous startups from Madhya Pradesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me the name?
In the food industry, if you look at, there are Anubhav Dubey who has led a startup like ma'am Chai Sutta Bar is there, which is I think it is a more than 500 crore startup.
So Mr. Dubey is from Madhya Pradesh?
Anubhav Dubey, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So
And the
he
second
has led
one?
a startup of he
Okay.
has chain
Chai
in the
Sutta
entire
Bar.
India. Yes, ma'am, entire India. He has led this. He's a young individual.
Something about MP government startup policy?
Yes, ma'am. Incubation centers have been started in Madhya Pradesh, and a corpus of I think 500 crores have been set up for promoting the individuals who have this vision in their mind, as well as the government is also trying to finance the startups by providing them loans at lower rates.
Okay. How many listed scheduled tribes are there in Madhya Pradesh?
Listed scheduled tribes. PVTGs are 3, I think.
Okay. You must have heard about Gotul Pratha.
Gotul.
What is Gotul?
Ma'am, Gotul is a youth house in the Gond tribe.
Gond tribe. Okay. क्या होता है इसमें?
The individuals who are willing to marry, I think, ma'am, they.
And what
they
is Raji
decided.
Baji?
Raji Baji is a type of marriage, ma'am. Raji Baji.
Okay. So what kind of marriage? Something like Swayamvar?
Approval marriage, like
Approval
both the parties approve, then only they marry each other.
Okay. तो ये बताइए किस शेड्यूल ट्राइब से बिलोंग करती है ये राजी बाजी?
I'm not sure about
Okay, no problem. What is MP government's millet mission? What government is doing to promote millet?
Yes, ma'am. Recently, Lahiri Bai, who was announced the ambassador of Millet Mission,
Why MP government announced Lahiri Bai as brand ambassador of millet?
ma'am, because she's working for conservation and promotion of millets. She was from Dindori.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And recently she was announced, and the central government is also trying to promote the millets by declaring 2023 as International Year of Millets.
Okay.
And Kodo Kutki, which is especially famous in the southeastern MP, like Balaghat region, if you look at, the tribes are having their staple food as that only.
Okay. Can you tell me something about the nutritious value of millet? Why government is promoting millet so much?
Ma'am, because it's a good alternative meal. Plus, if the farmers cultivate it, it's I think.
I just want to know about the nutritious value.
Ma'am, it's rich in protein.
Protein. Okay.
As well as carbs are also mixed in, but it's rich in protein also.
Okay. Yeah. What is social justice?
Social justice, ma'am. Normally, justice has pervades in every layer of society.
Okay. Can you tell me some provisions of our constitution where we can find this concept, this
Ma'am,
idea of
it's
social
specifically
justice?
mentioned in the fundamental rights as well as the DPSPs also.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Article number?
Ma'am, like there are right to equality is there, right to pursue any religion that we want to practice or profess or propagate.
And social security? What is social security?
Ma'am, social security to provide equal opportunities to every section of society via giving them the financial impetus or the equal footing at every level.
Okay. And social engineering?
Social engineering,
In which context we use this word social engineering?
ma'am, in society only.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
पवन,
Yes, sir.
जिस वर्ष आपका जन्म हुआ था उस वक्त भारत के प्रधानमंत्री कौन थे?
HD देवगौड़ा है.
ठीक है, ये बताइए सेडिशन और ट्रीजन दोनों में क्या फर्क है?
The sedition, it is mentioned in 124A.
It is still mentioned after the amendments that have been made in the criminal justice system. Is it still there?
Sir, I'm not sure about that.
I hope you must have read the changes that have been brought into effect, the existing laws related to the CPC, CRPC and the Evidence Act.
Yes, Bharati Nyaya Sanhita Samajik Suraksha Kanun, they have been changed to the colonial.
So I am asking you this question in this same context, that what is the difference between sedition and treason? राजद्रोह और राष्ट्रद्रोह में क्या फर्क है?
Sir, it's any provocative act against the government which tries to.
Against the government is what? Sedition or treason?
Sir, it's treason.
Okay.
And sedition, anything that disturbs the law and order of the country.
So suppose the elections are round the corner, the polling will start in a day, and suppose a group of people who are campaigning for a political party, they engage into a scuffle, and that results into a law and order situation. Would you call it sedition?
No, sir.
Okay, I guess you are not comfortable in this area. We'll move to a different topic. Some time back, the labor laws in our country were consolidated
Into four.
Yes, into 4 labor codes. Can you tell me what were the themes of these labor codes? 4 labor codes.
You might read about
The
it.
subject area? Okay, no problem. What do you understand by social security?
Sir, social security, sir, it's a kind of opportunity that is given to the people of the country in different areas, in terms of finance, in terms of employment, and
ओके पवन, जब भी सरकार की कोई नई योजना आती है, नीति आती है, तो उसमें लास्ट माइल कनेक्टिविटी की बात की जाती है. चाहे हम हेल्थ इकोसिस्टम की बात करें, फाइनेंशियल इकोसिस्टम की बात करें, द गवर्नमेंट ऑलवेज टॉक्स अबाउट द लास्ट माइल कनेक्टिविटी. इससे आप क्या समझते हैं?
so it's the same concept that the person who's standing at the last corner of the country in the last milestone, the benefits of that policy shall also be transmitted to that person. So the government is trying to do it through DBT by giving the financial impetus in the accounts of women in the larger policies, and so different fair price shops have also been opened to reach the last poor person of the country. Antyodaya Yojana was also there. So this is the last mile connectivity.
Pavan, you rightly mentioned, in addition to these areas, education and literacy is also one very prominent area in which work needs to be done. In this regard, can you list some of the policies or schemes of the Madhya Pradesh government that have been undertaken to ensure that literacy and education reaches even the remotest of the territory of the state?
Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya was one scheme to provide residential schools to girl child. Apart from this, sir.
Okay, Pavan. My final question to you.
Yes, sir.
Whenever we talk about education and literacy, it is said that अगर एक पुरुष को पढ़ाया जाता है तो एक व्यक्ति शिक्षित होता है, और एक महिला को पढ़ाया जाता है तो एक परिवार शिक्षित होता है. इससे क्या समझते हैं आप?
Sir, because woman has been considered the focal point of a family. She has been responsible, she has been considered responsible for nurturing the entire family, and she is of primary importance, because when a young baby is born, right from that point to he grows into an individual, he or she is always near his or her mother. So I think that is where the role of woman comes into play.
Fair.
Much more.
Fair. Thank you.
Pawan, you are coming from Gwalior. When was Gwalior established as a town, or how do we trace its history?
Sir, there was a sage who was named Gwalipa in the 7th or 8th century. So the date is not correctly mentioned, it's different everywhere. So this sage Gwalipa, and the Surat Sen was the Maharaja of that time of Gwalior. He was the ruler of Gwalior that time. So he was suffering from an illness. So this sage Gwalipa treated Surat Sen. And that's why the Gwalior is named after the sage Gwalipa.
Okay. It's roughly 8th century AD.
Yes, 7th to 8th century AD, yes, sir.
And who built the fort?
Surat Sen.
Surat Sen himself built the fort.
Yes, sir.
And there is a very important Gurudwara inside the fort premises.
Yes, sir. Guru Data Bandi Chhod Gurudwara is there on the premises of the fort.
So when this Gurudwara was constructed, and some Guru was imprisoned there.
Hargobind Singh, he was the 6th Guru who was imprisoned there. And
Who imprisoned him there?
I think Aurangzeb, sir.
And why it is named? What is named the way it is named?
Sir, apart from it, I think 51 or 52 more Hindu princes were also imprisoned there. And there's it's an old adage that goes that he was released, and they also wanted to get released. Who were other princes also wanted to get released.
छोड़ा गया था, इसलिए
Yeah, छोड़ा गया था, और ये बोला गया था सर कि जो क्लोक होता है उनका राजा का, जो भी उसे पकड़कर बाहर जाएगा उतने लोग बाहर जा सकते हैं. They were set free. So I think all of the cloak was built in such a fashion that all the
छोड़ वर्ग शब्द से
छोड़
उसका
तो वो
नाम.
सारे फ्री हो गए थे इम्प्रिजनमेंट से सर.
ठीक है. वहाँ पर एक तेली का मंदिर भी है, बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है.
यस सर.
किसने बनाया था तेली का मंदिर?
सर तेली का मंदिर, सर मैं रिकॉल नहीं कर पा रहा.
And there is an inscription there. That's why it is important historically.
सर ग्वालियर इंस्क्रिप्शन इज देयर. Meherkul.
Yeah, Meherkul's inscription is also there.
Yes sir.
So who was Meherkul?
Sir, he was a ruler of Huna dynasty.
Huna or Kushan? Okay. See, Gwalior is, if you look at the topography of Gwalior, it is having hilly areas, plateau areas, as well as plain area. So, can you tell us which part of Gwalior district is having plain area and which part is having hill and plateau?
Sir, the main epicenter of the urban Gwalior, it's relatively plain. But if you look at the outskirts of Gwalior, there is a region called Ghati Gaon. So all the hilly areas are accumulated in the region of Ghati Gaon. And on the periphery, there's a Tigra Dam around which all the elevated areas are also there.
Tigra Dam is constructed on which river?
Sank River.
Saak River.
Sank River.
Okay. And is there any other dam?
Harsi Dam.
Yeah, Harsi Dam is also there. On which river?
The Sindh.
Sindh River. That's true. So, do you think Gwalior district is fit for cultivation of crops, soil-wise, climate-wise, and resources?
Sir, it's rightly said that it is a mustard bowl of MP. So mustard is primarily grown. Apart from it, wheat is also cultivated in large quantities, but it's primarily known for mustard because of the suitability of the geography and topography.
Okay, my final set of questions, Pawan. How do you distinguish between a city as defined by the census of India and a mega city?
So on the basis of population and
And so what is the cutoff population for city
10 lakh, I think.
and mega city?
Sir, like right now Gwalior has a population of 20 lakh, and it's one of the Mahanagar that we consider in MP, like four major cities: Gwalior, Indore, Bhopal, Jabalpur.
Okay, it has been defined officially. There is a definition. There is a
Sir,
cutoff
I'll read about the official definition.
Okay. And how do you distinguish between a statutory town and a census town?
Sir, I'll read about it.
Okay, never mind. Thank you, Pawan. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Your interview is actual real interview on 6th of May.
Yes, sir.
So you've got roughly 15 days, maybe 16, 17. So that's good enough time for you to identify the areas where you need to work on. And some of the areas I think you have experienced yourself that you are ready about Gwalior, etc. The city and town. But the associated concepts I think you need to look at.
Yes, sir.
City is the cutoff population for city is not 10 lakh, it is 1 lakh. And the city having 10 lakh population is called million plus city.
Yes, sir.
That's another proper name. And a mega city is a city having population of more than 10 million, that is 1 crore plus.
Yes, sir.
So वो सब थोड़ा सा देख लीजिएगा. And being a student of commerce, you need to also look at various concepts which common people can ask you while filing their taxes. They claim depreciation of the vehicles they have bought. That is a tax-free kind of component of income. So what do you understand by depreciation? What is capital loss? And what is the difference between gross value addition and net value addition? What is the difference between GDP and NDP, gross domestic product and net domestic product kind of thing? They may ask you. And what is the GDP of Madhya Pradesh kind of question? What is per capita GDP, nominal as well as real? That is constant price based as well as current price based. Many of the concepts which were instigated by your answer, for example, you quoted yourself as having health problem. Now, if you do that while introducing yourself, you can expect that there could be some questions from health sector. So be ready with that. And with national health policy, what are the basic challenges in health management today in the country? How we have fared since independence? आज़ादी के बाद हेल्थ सर्विस में कितना सुधार हो पाया है कि पॉपुलेशन बूम जो हुआ है, एक्सप्लोजन हुआ है, उसके दो ही की डिटर्मिनेंट्स हैं. एक है कि हमने फमीन पे कंट्रोल कर लिया है. फमीन पे कंट्रोल हम दोनों वैसे कर पाए हैं. आवर फूड प्रोडक्शन हैज़ ग्रोन फास्ट एंड आवर हेल्थ सर्विस इज ऑल्सो एक्सपैंडेड. तो भूखमरी नहीं है अब और महामारी नहीं है. भूखमरी नहीं है एग्रीकल्चरल रेवोल्यूशन के चलते, महामारी नहीं है. मतलब कोरोना से पहले इंसान भूल गया था हिंदुस्तान में कि महामारी जैसी कोई चीज़ होती है. आज़ादी के बाद पहली बार हिंदुस्तान के लोगों को समझ में आया है कि कोई महामारी जैसी चीज़ होती है. लेकिन आज़ादी के पहले ये महामारियों की फ्रिक्वेंसी हर 15-20 साल पर 20-30 लाख लोग लुढ़कते रहते थे. कभी रेन फेलियर हो गया तो क्रॉप फेलियर हो गया. अंग्रेज़ों ने कोई हेल्थ फैसिलिटी डेवलप करके रखी नहीं थी. आम लोगों को वो आदमी समझते ही नहीं थे. कुछ शहरों में सिर्फ उन्होंने कुछ हेल्थ सर्विसेज रखी थी. तो दैट्स अ बिग अचीवमेंट फॉर इंडिया. हमारे पूरे इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया ग्रोथ का जो सबसे बड़ा अचीवमेंट है वो यही है. हेल्थ सेक्टर में हमने काफ़ी बड़ा रैपिड अचीवमेंट किया और फूड सिक्योरिटी किया है. चूँकि आप कॉमर्स के हैं तो नेचुरली बात उठेगी कि व्हाट इज़ द कमर्शियल वर्ल्ड और डिफरेंट कॉन्सेप्ट्स. आप चूँकि SRCC से पढ़े हैं तो बात श्री राम की उठ सकती है, लेडी श्री राम की उठ सकती है. उनकी वाइफ का नाम अगर आपने इंक्वायरी की होती तो मिल जाता, नेट पे इजीली अवेलेबल है.
हाँ सर, अवेलेबल है.
पुलन देवी नाम है, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग नाम है.
बाद में सर लेडी कर दिया गया, ब्रिटिश वो इन्फ्लुएंस के चक्कर में.
जो भी रहा हो, पैट्रियार्की के चलते भी हो सकता है कि भाई ठीक है, प्रेस्टीज भी हो जाता है ना.
प्रेस्टीज सर, लेडी इज एसोसिएटेड विद प्रेस्टीज.
श्री राम एक नॉन इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट थे, अंग्रेजों से उनका उठना बैठना था. हिल्टन यंग कमेटी जो बनी थी, उसने जिन लोगों से इंटरेक्ट किया था, ओपिनियन लिया था, उसमें एक श्री राम भी थे, जिसके रिकमेंडेशन के आधार पर RBI एक्ट बना 1934 वाला. तो उसमें जो 3-4 इंडियन थे जिन्होंने कंट्रीब्यूट किया है थ्रू देयर ओपिनियन टू द हिल्टन यंग कमीशन चेयरमैन, उसमें एक अम्बेडकर थे, एक श्री राम थे, एक अफगानिस्तान के इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट थे. तो इन लोगों का नाम उस लिहाज से भी था कि अंग्रेजों से इनका रैपो अच्छा था. खैर, तो बाकी सब चीज़ें ग्वालियर के बारे में, डैम वगैरह आपको पता है, ये अच्छी बात है. कितनी नदियां हैं वहाँ पर, कौन कौन से, सिंध आपने बताया, संक बताया, और भी नदियां हैं, कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग नाम वाली नदियां हैं. जैसे एक ग्वालियर में वैशाली नाम की नदी क्यों है, इसका हिस्ट्री समझ में नहीं आता है. लेकिन एक वैशाली नदी भी है, पार्वती नदी भी है. तो पार्वती नदी के दो कॉनोटेशन है, या तो पार्वती देवी से इंस्पायर्ड नाम है या पर्वत से है, कि पर्वत में वो चलती है इसलिए उसका नाम पार्वती है. तो ड्रेनेज सिस्टम और वहाँ का कल्टीवेशन, एग्रीकल्चर मेन ऑक्यूपेशन है उधर का. तो आपने ठीक है, आपने पढ़ रखा है कि वहाँ पर सरसों की खेती अच्छी होती है, मस्टर्ड की, राइट, मस्टर्ड बॉल वगैरह. तो वो सब चीज़ें ठीक है. लेकिन कहीं कहीं जैसे स्टार्टअप का डेफिनेशन नहीं बताना कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट के लिए, वो ठीक नहीं है. पढ़ लीजिएगा. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश डिक्लेयर्ड फर्स्ट स्टार्टअप पॉलिसी इन 2016, सेकेंड इन 2019 एंड थर्ड इन 2022. All these policy statements are available on the government website. Once you search it, it will get it. You have just to search it, read it. वक्त आपके पास है, उसको थोड़ा पढ़ लीजिएगा. उस पर एक प्रोडक्ट स्टार्टअप का डेफिनेशन नहीं आया है.
अच्छा.
बाकी पे स्टार्टअप का डेफिनेशन है. तो स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम से रिलेटेड बहुत सारे डेफिनेशन हैं. वो नाम आपने दुबे जी का सही बताया, स्टार्टअप चाय सोट्टा वाला है. लेकिन और भी नाम आपको जान लेना चाहिए. According to a report by the ministry, in Madhya Pradesh we have more than 1,500 startups registered, and which are functional. तो जहाँ 1500 स्टार्टअप है, उसका 4-5 नाम लड़ले से बताना चाहिए आपको, ताकि वो इंटरव्यूअर खुद कहेगा ठीक है भाई साहब छोड़ दो. ठीक है, तो थोड़ा सा नॉलेज पार्ट पे काम करिए. एंड एंट्री इज गुड, सिटिंग पोस्चर इज गुड, ड्रेस इज गुड. बटन खोल लेना चाहिए, वो थोड़ा सा ऑकवर्ड लगता है देखने में।
सर वो इंटरव्यू के टाइम तो खोल ही लिया था।
हाँ, मतलब हैबिट रखिए कि बैठते बैठते खोल लीजिए। अंगूठी वो शायद निकलवा देंगे आपकी
हाँ हाँ, वो
उंगली
तो
की,
सर
तो उस वक्त निकलिएगा तो दाग दिखेगा, रह जाएगा। तो 3-4 दिन पहले से उसको निकाल के पहनना शुरू करिए ताकि वो दाग धीरे धीरे डिसअपियर हो जाए। बाकी एटिकेट वगैरह वाइज ठीक है, वॉइस लेवल ठीक है, एक्सप्रेशन ठीक है। शायद वो आप इंग्लिश ऑप्ट भी करेंगे तो ज़्यादातर सवाल वो हिंदी में पूछेंगे।
यस सर।
यहाँ आयोग का जो अपना टेम्परामेंट है, तो बी रेडी फॉर बोथ द लैंग्वेजेस। मतलब हो सकता है हिंदी में आपके पास जो कीवर्ड्स हों और वो आपने पढ़े नहीं होंगे, तो सेंटेंस हिंदी का रख के आप वर्ड्स अंग्रेजी का यूज़ कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। बाकी छोटी छोटी चीज़ देख लीजिए, सेंसस टाउन क्या है, स्टैट्यूटरी टाउन क्या है। स्टैट्यूटरी टाउन बेसिकली होता है कि कोई भी नोटिफाइड अर्बन एरिया हो, गवर्नमेंट ने नोटिफाई करा हो, या कोई कैंटोनमेंट एरिया हो, या जिस एरिया के लिए कोई म्यूनिसिपैलिटी हो या कॉरपोरेशन। बस ये 4 शर्तें, इन्हीं 4 में से कोई भी शर्त फिट बैठती है उसको कहते हैं स्टैट्यूटरी टाउन।
यस।
सेंसस टाउन के शर्तें ये है कि 5,000 या उससे ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन हो, 400 से ज़्यादा डेंसिटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन हो पर स्क्वायर किलोमीटर, एंड मोर देन 75% पीपल शुड बी इंगेज इन नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल एक्टिविटी। ये तीनों साथ में होनी चाहिए, दैट इज डिक्लेयर्ड एज सेंसस टाउन। मिल जाएगा, पढ़ लीजिएगा थोड़ा बहुत।
यस सर।
एनी अदर क्वेरी और क्वेश्चन यू
सर वो मीडियम का ही था थोड़ा सा यहाँ पर शायद।
मीडियम, आपको ऐसा भी हो सकता है कुछ मेंबर आपसे इंग्लिश में बात करें, तो इंग्लिश तो ठीक है, आपका मीडियम ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन रहा है। हिंदी में आपको तैयार रखना पड़ेगा अपने आप को। इन स्पाइट ऑफ योर प्रेफरेंस, सम मेंबर्स वुड स्टिल इंसिस्ट ऑन आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस इन हिंदी। हिंदी में अगर सवाल पूछें तो आप जवाब अंग्रेजी में मत दीजिएगा, फिर हिंदी में ही जवाब दीजिए।
ठीक है।
ठीक है, चलिए, ऑल द बेस्ट।
थैंक यू।